All right.
Boswell, Champaign native, Arizona guard Kylan Boswell is in the portal. You can go 1946 on that one. He was down at Arizona and Illinois before he chose to go to Arizona. This point here from Philip Newton was a transfer from East Carolina. Boswell could become an elite point guard at Illinois. I agree. However, Newton last year was really good in the national championship game, but the entire season in year 2 at UConn is when he really, really, really took off. So who knows how long Boswell is here if he comes here. It really seems like it's going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
almost be stunning if it didn't at this point. And it makes sense given how hard Illinois went after him the first time and the fact that he's from Champaign.
Yeah.
It's not Chicago, it's Champaign.
Yeah.
So that's a big factor. And your part.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people here know who Kylan Boswell is. I don't know if everybody that listens on the actual podcast will, but 6'2", 200-pound guard. He's played the last 2 years at Arizona. He averaged 15 minutes per game as a freshman, 27 last year as a sophomore. He's only 18 years old. He turns 19 like next week, something like that. So
that's a big factor here.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. He's got 2 years of college basketball, and he's just now turning 19. So he averaged 9.6 points per game, 3.6 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game, 1.7 turnovers per game, had 37, 38, 80 splits. So pretty reliable shooter. I mean, shoots around 40% from 3, 80% from the line. I think that, again, he's young, and I think that he is a guy that can become very good. I don't know if that jump will happen overnight. I mean, there's people in the comments saying, do we really want him? I think that you do. I think you want a guy that can handle the ball consistently.
I don't think there's any question that you want him.
Yeah.
He played 15 minutes per game on a 2-seed team last year and started 35, played 27 a game on a 2-seed this year. And I know that there's a lot of people that say either he needs more confidence, which hopefully he can build here, and that these are Arizona fans talking, I guess, and the inconsistencies with shooting. Still shot 39, 38% from 3 in 2 years. So
yeah, I think the big thing is, like, he disappeared in the tournament. I mean, I don't remember what his stats were.
So did his coach.
They were very good. Yeah. So I think that he would be a great addition. We wanted a guard. What?
He had 20 points against Long Beach State in the first round. Let's not forget.
Okay.
He just disappeared the next 2 games. But
my bad.
He didn't play any minutes either. He only played 18 against Dayton and 21 against Clemson. He played 32 against Long Beach, had 20 points on 4 of 9 from 3. So, and look, I mean, the Pac-12 was not a great conference this year, so it's kind of hard to point out certain things. But I do think it's notable that he had 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in a game against Alabama in the non-conference. And he had 12 points and made 2 gigantic threes at Duke when they beat Duke at Cameron Indoor. So he's had big performances in big games. He had 12 against 12, 3 and 3 against Michigan State and 10 points, 9 assists against Wisconsin. So you can point out a lot of games where he showed up and played well, and then there's a few where he didn't show up, like Washington State game or the Pac-12 tournament and 2 of the NCAA tournament games. But either way, I get that Illinois has gone bigger at guard in recent years. Like, he's not that small. He's bigger than DGL. He's bigger than Moretti, 6'2". He's got the experience that most 19-year-olds don't have. So I don't think there's any question at all. Like, I don't even think they should let him leave the building with his official visit tomorrow.
Yeah. He comes tomorrow, and he's come for the weekend. There's a couple other guys that are supposedly coming with him. And he picked up a crystal ball almost immediately from Eric Bosey. And then tonight he got one from Piper. So, seems like a done deal. I don't know, but
I think it would take a team swooping in and being insane for it not to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, he was down to 2 schools when he committed, right? So sometimes it's 3. This time it was only 2. And obviously Illinois swung and missed the first time, and I don't think they're going to miss this time.
Yeah. Boswell will be our starting point guard next year. Yeah, if Illinois gets him, I think that's guaranteed. So, Jeffrey says, do we have any bigs on deck in the portal? 5 out won't win a championship. I think Brad's got a few. I mean, I think that Brad's gonna get a big. I don't know how we move forward unless it's with Hansberry and Johnson, but I think that he needs an experienced big at least.
I don't see why they're not going all out for Raynaud from Stanford. I don't get that at all.
I mean, he's got to want to come here. That's the problem.
Throw him $700 million. Danny Wolf's going to Michigan. So,
yeah.
So is Golden. They're going to have Golden and Wolf underneath.
Scheidweiler says, is White signing to cover a just in case transfer, or does Brad possibly know of someone that is transferring?
I don't think you can really play anything like that. So I'm going to say no to both.
I think that Brad apparently sees upside in Trey White. So I don't think he's bringing him in to be Damask or I think he's bringing him in thinking that he has potential. So that's just
I don't think everything's connected either. So
Maddox still in play. Yeah, so Maddox and both him and Booth are coming tomorrow from what people are saying. Maddox, we talked about on the last episode, the guard from Toledo, which I think him and Boswell in the backcourt could be really good, except they're both 6'2"-ish.
That's where I wonder.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'd be okay with it as long as you have some decent wings and a big man with them. But 6'2", 6'2", I don't know. It's
tough.
I mean, to be fair,
you guys that shoot 40% from three on the court.
That's the other thing. And coaching has to be a factor here too, because you can win without being gigantic. Like I know that they're the team that won it this year was bigger at guard. Newton 6'5", Spencer 6'4", and then Caravan wasn't even a guard. So what am I saying? But anyway, I definitely like a bigger backcourt. I mean, you look at the team they played: Braden Smith 6 foot, and Lawyer wasn't even there, and Lance Jones only 6'1". So Purdue was smaller at guard, and they shot really well from three, but it didn't win them a championship. And I perfectly okay with Maddox coming and Boswell. I think that's something worth trying. I mean, this is the same team that had Plummer and Frazier in the same backcourt, and that worked out well. You just got to have good wings and a big man around them. And the big man thing is where it's a concern, but I can tell you right now, Dane Danger wouldn't be the solution here. I'll tell you that. Zero doubt about that. But I mean, he shot 45% from three in 2023. So that'll play pretty much anywhere. He's a good free throw shooter, 86%. Started his career at Cal State Fullerton. He was 90% free throw shooter there. So the idea of Maddox and Boswell, I think, is great because I think it'll kind of take some pressure off of the Sinceres and the Ties of the world when it comes to needing to do things offensively, because those guys are going to carry a lot of the load from the guard position.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but